If you're over 60 and have started noticing that your skin looks tired, thin, and somehow older than you feel inside, I need you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to share with you today. Because there's one daily habit, something so simple you might have overlooked it your entire life, that could be silently accelerating the aging of your skin by years, maybe even decades. And the worst part? Most people have absolutely no idea they're doing it wrong. I've been a dermatologist for over 23 years now, and I can tell you from my experience treating thousands of patients over 60 that the difference between skin that looks vibrant and healthy and skin that looks decades older than it should often comes down to this one thing. Not expensive creams, not complicated procedures, not even genetics. It's something you can start changing today, right now, in your own home. Before we dive into this, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss another health tip designed specifically for you. And if you find this information helpful, please leave your suggestions and questions in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and it helps me create more videos to help people just like you. Now, let me tell you about a patient I'll never forget. Her name was Mrs. Dorothy Patterson, a 74-year-old retired librarian from Portland, Oregon. When she first walked into my office, I could see the frustration written all over her face. She told me she'd spent thousands of dollars on anti-aging products, tried every cream her friends recommended, even considered expensive laser treatments. But nothing seemed to work. Her skin still looked dull, dry, and covered in fine lines that seemed to multiply every month. But when I started asking her about her daily routine, something became crystal clear. Dorothy was making the same mistake I see in about 8 out of every 10 patients over 60 who walk through my door. And when we corrected it, the transformation in her skin over the following months was remarkable. Her own daughter said she looked like she'd turned back the clock by at least 15 years. What Dorothy was doing wrong, and what you might be doing wrong right now, is something that affects your skin at the deepest cellular level. You see, as we age, our skin goes through profound changes. The production of collagen, that protein that keeps skin firm and elastic, decreases by about 1% every single year after we turn 20. By the time you reach 60, you've already lost nearly half of the collagen you had in your youth. But here's what most people don't understand. This collagen loss doesn't happen evenly. Certain habits can accelerate this breakdown dramatically, while others can help your body maintain and even rebuild some of what was lost. The habit I'm talking about is hydration, but not in the way you might think. Most people believe that drinking water is enough to keep their skin hydrated, and while drinking adequate water is certainly important, it's only half of the equation. The other half, the part most people completely ignore, is how you protect and seal that hydration into your skin. Let me explain what happens at the cellular level. Your skin has a protective barrier called the stratum corneum, which is essentially the outermost layer of your epidermis. This barrier is made up of dead skin cells held together by a matrix of lipids, fatty substances that act like mortar between bricks. When this barrier is healthy and intact, it keeps moisture locked inside your skin where it belongs. But when this barrier becomes damaged, which happens more easily as we age, water escapes from your skin like steam from a pot without a lid. Now here's where the daily habit comes in. The single most important thing you can do for your skin, the habit that can make you look years younger, is applying a proper moisturizer within 3 minutes of washing your face or taking a shower. 3 minutes. That's it. That's the window. After those 3 minutes, most of the water on your skin surface evaporates, and if you haven't sealed it in, that evaporation actually pulls moisture from the deeper layers of your skin, leaving it drier than before you washed it. I want to share another case with you because it illustrates this point perfectly. Mr. Robert Chen, a 78-year-old retired engineer from San Francisco, came to see me with skin that was so dry it actually cracked and bled in some areas, particularly on his hands and lower legs. He showered twice a day because he said it made him feel clean and refreshed. But he never applied moisturizer afterward. He told me he thought moisturizers were only for women. That mindset, combined with his twice-daily showers, had essentially stripped his skin of all its natural protective oils. The hot water from his showers was dissolving the lipid barrier I mentioned earlier. Without any moisturizer to replace those lost lipids, his skin was completely defenseless against moisture loss. Within 8 weeks of switching to lukewarm showers once daily and applying a thick moisturizer immediately afterward, his skin transformed. The cracking stopped, the bleeding healed, and the rough, elephant-like texture on his arms became soft and smooth again. But if this is surprising to you, wait until you hear about the second crucial aspect of this habit that most people get completely wrong. It's not just about when you moisturize, it's also about what ingredients you should be looking for in your moisturizer. And choosing the wrong product can actually make your skin worse instead of better. As we age, our skin needs specific ingredients to function properly. The first ingredient you should look for is hyaluronic acid. Now, don't let the word acid scare you. Hyaluronic acid is actually a substance naturally produced by your body, and it has an almost miraculous ability to hold water. A single molecule of hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. When applied topically, it draws moisture from the environment and holds it against your skin, plumping up fine lines and creating a dewy, youthful appearance. Mrs. Patricia Gonzalez, a 71-year-old grandmother from Albuquerque, New Mexico, had been using the same drugstore moisturizer for 30 years. It was a basic formula without any active ingredients, essentially just petroleum jelly in a pretty jar. When I recommended she switch to a moisturizer containing hyaluronic acid, she was skeptical at first. But 3 weeks later, she called my office just to thank me. She said her grandchildren had asked her what she was doing differently, because her skin looked so much better. The second ingredient that's absolutely essential for mature skin is ceramides. Remember that lipid barrier I talked about earlier? Ceramides are one of the key components of that barrier. They make up about 50% of the lipid matrix in healthy skin. But as we age, our natural ceramide production decreases significantly. By adding ceramides back to your skin through a moisturizer, you're essentially giving your skin the building blocks it needs to repair and maintain its protective barrier. I had a patient named Mr. William Thompson, an 82-year-old retired farmer from rural Kansas. His skin had been damaged by decades of sun exposure and harsh weather. The texture was rough, covered in age spots, and prone to irritation. When he started using a ceramide-containing moisturizer, the change was gradual but undeniable. Over the course of 4 months, his skin became smoother, less irritated, and even some of his sunspots appeared to fade slightly, because healthier skin reflects light more evenly. Now, if you're still watching and finding this helpful, please drop a comment below just to let me know you're with me. It really encourages me to keep making these videos for you. The third ingredient I always recommend for mature skin is niacinamide, also known as vitamin B3. This ingredient is a true powerhouse. It helps strengthen the skin barrier, reduces inflammation, evens out skin tone, and can even help minimize the appearance of enlarged pores. Many of my patients over 60 struggle with redness and uneven skin tone, and niacinamide can make a remarkable difference. Mrs. Helen Kowalski, a 69-year-old retired nurse from Chicago, had suffered from rosacea for most of her adult life. Her cheeks were constantly red and flushed, and she'd become self-conscious about her appearance. While niacinamide isn't a cure for rosacea, incorporating it into her moisturizing routine helped calm the inflammation and reduce the redness significantly. She told me it was the first time in years she felt comfortable leaving the house without heavy makeup. But here's something that might surprise you. The way you apply your moisturizer matters almost as much as what's in it. I see so many patients who essentially slap their moisturizer on their face and call it done. But this approach misses out on a crucial opportunity to stimulate blood flow and encourage better absorption of the product. The correct technique is to warm a small amount of moisturizer between your palms first, then press it gently into your skin using upward motions. Start at your neck and work your way up to your forehead. Never drag or pull the skin downward, as this can contribute to sagging over time. The pressing motion helps the product penetrate more effectively while also stimulating circulation, which brings oxygen and nutrients to your skin cells. Mr. James O'Brien, a 76-year-old retired police officer from Boston, had deep furrows on his forehead and prominent lines around his mouth. He'd been applying his moisturizer quickly and carelessly for years, basically just wiping it across his face. When I taught him the proper application technique and had him do it consistently for 2 minutes each morning and evening, the improvement in his skin's texture and tone was visible within just 6 weeks. The increased blood flow from the gentle massage gave his skin a healthier, more vibrant appearance. Now, I want to address something that many of my patients ask me about, which is the timing of moisturizer application throughout the day. While the immediate post-cleansing window is the most critical time to apply moisturizer, many mature adults benefit from reapplying a lighter moisturizer during the day, especially if they live in dry climates or spend time in air-conditioned or heated environments. Mrs. Margaret Sullivan, a 73-year-old retired accountant from Phoenix, Arizona, struggled with extremely dry skin due to the desert climate. Even though she moisturized religiously after her morning shower, by midday her skin felt tight and uncomfortable. I recommended she keep a small bottle of a lightweight hydrating mist on her nightstand and in her purse, and apply it throughout the day, followed by a light moisturizer. This simple addition to her routine made an enormous difference in her comfort and the overall appearance of her skin. Another critical factor that many people overlook is the importance of moisturizing the body, not just the face. The skin on your hands, arms, and legs ages just as quickly as facial skin, sometimes even faster because we tend to neglect these areas. Thin, crepey skin on the arms and hands can be just as aging as facial wrinkles, if not more so. Mr. Richard Davis, an 80-year-old retired school teacher from Denver, Colorado, had taken excellent care of his facial skin for years, but completely neglected his body. When he came to see me, the contrast was striking. His face looked reasonably good for his age, but his hands looked like they belonged to someone 20 years older. They were covered in age spots, the skin was paper-thin, and you could see every vein and tendon beneath the surface. I started him on a body moisturizing regimen, using a thicker cream containing urea, which helps exfoliate dead skin cells while deeply hydrating. Over several months, the appearance of his hands improved significantly. Speaking of hands, this is an area that deserves special attention. Your hands are exposed to more environmental damage than almost any other part of your body. They're constantly being washed, exposed to harsh soaps and sanitizers, and subjected to temperature extremes. Every time you wash your hands, you should apply a hand cream immediately afterward. Keep a tube by every sink in your house and in your car, your office, everywhere you might wash your hands. Mrs. Eleanor Fitzgerald, a 68-year-old retired florist from Seattle, had hands that were so damaged from years of working with water, soil, and plant chemicals that they looked almost scaled. The skin on her knuckles cracked painfully, especially in winter. By committing to applying a thick, occlusive hand cream after every single hand washing and wearing cotton gloves to bed over a layer of cream at night, she was able to restore her hands to a much healthier state within just a few months. Now, I need to address a common misconception that might be preventing you from getting the full benefits of moisturizing. Many people believe that if they have oily skin, they shouldn't use a moisturizer. This is absolutely false, even for mature adults. In fact, when you don't moisturize oily skin, it can actually cause your skin to produce even more oil to compensate for the dryness, creating a vicious cycle. Mr. Thomas Park, a 67-year-old retired chef from Los Angeles, had struggled with oily skin and occasional breakouts his entire life. He avoided moisturizers like the plague, thinking they would make his skin even greasier. But his skin was actually dehydrated beneath the surface oil. When I convinced him to try a lightweight, oil-free moisturizer containing hyaluronic acid, something remarkable happened. After about a month, his skin actually became less oily because it no longer needed to overcompensate for the dehydration. But what if I told you there's an additional step you can add to your moisturizing routine that can multiply its effectiveness? This step is something that takes just a few extra seconds but can dramatically enhance the absorption and effectiveness of your moisturizer. It's called dampening, and it works by providing a water base for hydrating ingredients to work with. Here's how it works. After you cleanse your skin, instead of completely drying it with a towel, leave it slightly damp. Then apply a hydrating serum or essence before your moisturizer. This layers water and humectants onto your skin, which are then sealed in by the heavier moisturizer on top. Think of it like watering a plant, and then covering the soil with mulch to prevent evaporation. Mrs. Susan Mitchell, a 75-year-old retired real estate agent from Tampa, Florida, was frustrated because even though she was moisturizing properly, her skin still felt dry by mid-morning. When I introduced her to this layering technique, the results were transformative. She described her skin as feeling plump and hydrated for the entire day, something she hadn't experienced in decades. The nighttime moisturizing routine deserves special attention as well. While you sleep, your skin goes into repair mode, working to undo some of the damage from the day and regenerate new cells. This is the perfect time to use a heavier, more nourishing moisturizer than you might use during the day. Ingredients like retinol, which can be too irritating for daytime use, work beautifully at night when your skin isn't being exposed to sunlight. Mr. George Campbell, a 79-year-old retired judge from Atlanta, Georgia, had never paid much attention to his skincare routine. He splashed some water on his face in the morning and called it done. When I introduced him to a simple nighttime routine of cleansing followed by a rich night cream, the improvement in his skin was noticeable within weeks. His wife commented that he looked more rested and vibrant, even though his sleep habits hadn't changed at all. Now, I want to talk about something that many people don't realize can completely undermine their moisturizing efforts. The products you use to cleanse your skin can either support or destroy your skin's protective barrier. Many common cleansers, especially those that foam heavily or contain harsh sulfates, strip away the natural oils your skin needs to stay healthy. Mrs. Barbara Anderson, a 72-year-old retired dental hygienist from Minneapolis, was using a harsh foaming cleanser that made her face feel squeaky clean. She thought this squeaky feeling meant her skin was properly cleaned. In reality, that feeling was her skin stripped of all its protective oils. When I switched her to a gentle, cream-based cleanser, her skin's response to moisturizing improved dramatically. The same moisturizer that had seemed ineffective before suddenly started working beautifully. Let me also mention the importance of consistency. This is perhaps the most critical factor of all. You can use the best moisturizer in the world, apply it with perfect technique, and still see minimal results if you only do it occasionally. The benefits of moisturizing are cumulative. Your skin needs that daily protection and hydration to repair itself and maintain its barrier function. Mr. Henry Wilson, a 66-year-old retired construction supervisor from Houston, Texas, was notorious for his inconsistency. He'd moisturize religiously for a week, then forget about it for 2 weeks, then remember again. His skin never had a chance to truly improve because the barrier kept getting damaged during his neglected periods. When I worked with him to create reminders and establish a firm routine, keeping his moisturizer right next to his toothbrush so he couldn't miss it, his skin finally began to show lasting improvement. If you've made it this far in the video, I want you to know how much I appreciate you taking your health seriously. This information can truly make a difference in how your skin looks and feels as you age. Now, let me share some practical recommendations to help you implement everything we've discussed today. First, invest in a good moisturizer that contains at least one of the key ingredients I mentioned: hyaluronic acid, ceramides, or niacinamide. You don't need to spend a fortune. Many excellent options are available at your local pharmacy at reasonable prices. Second, set a timer or alarm for 3 minutes after you finish washing your face or showering. Use this as your reminder to apply moisturizer immediately. After a few weeks, this will become automatic, but until then, the reminder is essential. Third, evaluate your cleanser. If your skin feels tight and squeaky after washing, switch to something gentler. Your skin should feel clean but comfortable, not stripped. Fourth, don't forget your body. Keep moisturizer accessible throughout your home and apply it after every bath or shower. Pay special attention to your hands, arms, and lower legs, which tend to become the driest. Fifth, consider adding a nighttime routine if you don't already have one. A simple cleanse followed by a rich night cream can work wonders while you sleep. And finally, be patient and consistent. Real improvements in skin health take time. Give any new routine at least 8 to 12 weeks before judging its effectiveness. I've seen remarkable transformations in patients who commit to these simple habits. Skin that looked thin and papery became more supple and resilient. Fine lines that seemed permanent softened and became less noticeable. Dull, lifeless complexions regained their natural glow. Mrs. Dorothy Patterson, the patient I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is a perfect example. She went from spending thousands on products that didn't work to spending just a few dollars a month on a proper moisturizer used correctly. The change in her skin, and more importantly, in her confidence, was remarkable. You have the power to improve your skin health starting today. It doesn't require expensive treatments or complicated routines. It just requires consistency with one simple habit: moisturizing properly, at the right time, with the right products. Of course, while these recommendations can help most people, everyone's skin is unique. If you have specific concerns or conditions, I always recommend discussing them with your personal healthcare provider or dermatologist who can evaluate your individual situation. Thank you so much for watching today. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already, and please share this video with anyone you know who might benefit from this information. Leave your questions and comments below, and I'll do my best to address them in future videos. Take care of your skin, because it's the only skin you'll ever have. And with the right daily habits, it can look and feel vibrant and healthy at any age. But before I let you go, I want to share one more important aspect of skin health that often gets overlooked, and that's the connection between your internal health and the appearance of your skin. You see, moisturizing is essential, but it works best when combined with proper nutrition and lifestyle choices that support your skin from the inside out. Your skin is actually your body's largest organ, and it requires specific nutrients to maintain its structure and function. Vitamin C, for example, is absolutely crucial for collagen production. Without adequate vitamin C, your body simply cannot manufacture the collagen fibers that keep your skin firm and elastic. Foods rich in vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, bell peppers, and leafy greens, should be a regular part of your diet. Mrs. Virginia Turner, a 77-year-old retired seamstress from Charleston, South Carolina, had been moisturizing diligently for years, but wasn't seeing the results she hoped for. When we discussed her diet, it became clear that she was severely deficient in several key nutrients. She rarely ate fresh fruits or vegetables, subsisting mostly on processed convenience foods. When she made the effort to incorporate more colorful produce into her meals alongside her topical skincare routine, the improvement was remarkable. Her skin developed a healthy glow that no moisturizer alone could have provided. Vitamin E is another nutrient that plays a vital role in skin health. It acts as an antioxidant, protecting your skin cells from damage caused by free radicals. These unstable molecules are generated by sun exposure, pollution, and even normal metabolic processes. Over time, free radical damage contributes to premature aging, including wrinkles, age spots, and loss of skin elasticity. Mr. Arthur Collins, an 81-year-old retired airline pilot from Dallas, Texas, had spent decades exposed to high levels of radiation and environmental stressors during his career. His skin showed significant sun damage and premature aging. When we incorporated vitamin E-rich foods into his diet, including nuts, seeds, and avocados, and he started using a moisturizer that also contained vitamin E, his skin's appearance improved noticeably over several months. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds, are equally important for maintaining healthy skin. These essential fats help maintain the lipid barrier I mentioned earlier in this video. They also have anti-inflammatory properties that can help calm irritated or inflamed skin. Many of my patients notice significant improvements in skin hydration and texture after increasing their omega-3 intake. Mrs. Josephine Hartley, a 68-year-old retired physical therapist from San Diego, California, had chronically dry skin that didn't respond well to topical treatments alone. She was also experiencing joint stiffness and general inflammation throughout her body. When she began taking an omega-3 supplement and eating more fatty fish, not only did her skin become more supple and hydrated, but her joint pain improved as well. This illustrates how interconnected our body systems are and how supporting overall health benefits our skin. Sleep is another factor that profoundly affects your skin's appearance and health. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which stimulates cell repair and regeneration. This is when your skin does most of its healing and renewal work. People who consistently get less than 6 hours of sleep per night often have skin that looks dull, tired, and more wrinkled than those who get adequate rest. Mr. Frederick Martin, a 74-year-old retired business executive from New York City, had struggled with insomnia for years. His skin had a grayish, tired appearance despite using quality skincare products. When he finally addressed his sleep issues through better sleep hygiene practices and consultation with a sleep specialist, the improvement in his skin was dramatic. After just 2 months of consistent quality sleep, his complexion brightened noticeably, and his wife commented that he looked years younger. Stress is another silent enemy of healthy skin. When you're stressed, your body produces excess cortisol, sometimes called the stress hormone. High cortisol levels can break down collagen, increase oil production leading to breakouts, and impair your skin's ability to retain moisture. Chronic stress can actually accelerate the aging process, making you look older than your years. Mrs. Lillian Foster, a 70-year-old retired social worker from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, had gone through an extremely stressful period, caring for her ill spouse. During this time, her skin seemed to age rapidly, despite maintaining her skincare routine. Once her husband's health stabilized and she was able to incorporate stress-reducing activities like gentle yoga and meditation into her routine, her skin gradually recovered some of its former vitality. Alcohol consumption is another factor that can significantly impact your skin's hydration levels. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it causes your body to lose water. Regular alcohol consumption can lead to chronic dehydration, which manifests as dry, dull skin with more visible fine lines. Cutting back on alcohol often leads to noticeable improvements in skin hydration and overall vibrancy. I also want to mention the importance of protecting your skin from the sun, even while focusing on moisturizing. Sun damage is the #1 cause of premature skin aging. Those harmful ultraviolet rays break down collagen and elastin fibers, cause age spots and uneven pigmentation, and even increase your risk of skin cancer. No moisturizing routine in the world can fully repair sun damage once it's occurred. Mrs. Caroline Stewart, an 80-year-old retired gardener from Savannah, Georgia, had beautiful skin on the protected parts of her body. But her face, hands, and forearms, which had received decades of sun exposure, showed extensive damage, including deep wrinkles and age spots. Her story reminds us that prevention is always better than treatment. The ideal approach is to use a moisturizer during the day that also contains broad-spectrum sun protection, with a sun protection factor of at least 30. This gives you the hydrating benefits of a good moisturizer while also shielding your skin from harmful radiation. For those who prefer to keep their sunscreen separate from their moisturizer, apply the moisturizer first, let it absorb for a few minutes, and then apply your sunscreen on top. Environmental factors beyond the sun also play a role in skin health. Airborne pollutants can generate free radicals that damage skin cells, while dry indoor air, especially during winter months when heating systems are running constantly, can sap moisture from your skin. Using air purifiers and applying antioxidant serums can help protect your skin from these environmental aggressors. Let me circle back to emphasize one final point about the moisturizing habit that started this whole discussion. The 3-minute window after cleansing truly is the golden window for moisturizer application. During this time, your skin is still slightly damp, and the warm, humid environment created by washing has temporarily opened up your pores. This allows moisturizing ingredients to penetrate more deeply and effectively than at any other time. Mrs. Ruth Henderson, a 67-year-old retired bookkeeper from Cleveland, Ohio, had been applying her moisturizer at random times, often hours after washing her face. When she committed to the 3-minute rule, she noticed a dramatic improvement in how well her products worked. This is what I love about dermatology. Sometimes the most profound improvements come not from expensive treatments, but from simple adjustments to everyday habits. So remember, moisturize within 3 minutes of cleansing, choose products with proven ingredients, use gentle application techniques, don't forget your body and hands, be consistent, and support your skin with proper nutrition, sleep, and stress management. Your skin has been with you your entire life, protecting you from the outside world. Now it's time to return the favor by giving it the care it deserves. Thank you again for spending this time with me today. Until next time, take care of yourself and your beautiful skin.